Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and combos collide. I'm your host, the Cobra.
I'm your host, Mo Money.
Hey yo, your host Coach Milton. Let's do it.
That supposed to been us, Mo Money. We supposed to take that.
Hey, y'all missed it. Y'all missed the opportunity.
Oh man, hey, I forgot all about it till you said it. Yeah, man. I think we got to take that copyright.
For sure.
Yeah, man. How y'all been doing, man? It's been a little bit.
Hey, let's get it, man. It's been a while. We got a lot of catching up to do.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I've been watching a lot of boxing lately. You know, they've been talking, of course, a lot about Tank, his upcoming fight, if that's what you want to call it. And of course, the world is still shocked how dominant Bud was against Canelo, but we all knew it. We all called it.
Are they really shocked?
I mean, they acting like they shocked, you know what I mean? But you know, I think we all called it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So now everybody making comparisons, you know, with Bud and Floyd, like, you know, who's the better fighter and
two different things, man.
Yeah, who fought Canelo better and all that stuff. So yeah, so man, that's all the chatter in the boxing world.
My question about that, man, is did they try to cheat Bud in the cards?
They did.
If you look at the scorecards, ain't no way he won he won by 2 rounds. That dude dominated from beginning to end. And the way that they the way that the scorecard, they got the results right, but had there been any offsetting with them numbers, man, he would have been screwed. They would have tried to take that title from him.
Oh, that would have been the worst cheating scandal in boxing history, because you didn't even need a scorecard to see how one-sided that fight was.
Absolutely not. But they tried it. They tried it.
Bud beat his ass.
For
all
sure.
the way.
For sure. Yeah, something to prove.
Yeah, but in the context of him and Floyd, man, those, regardless who, I think both of them are 2 of the greatest fighters ever. It's just 2 different styles. Like Floyd was a defensive genius who could make I think I seen it somewhere maybe last week or week before. Like Floyd really didn't need a cornerman. He could make adjustments on the fly. He was a defensive technician, and he could fight, And Bud is just a different monster, man. He understands ringmanship. He understands skill. He has power. And then the thing that people don't understand about Bud, man, Bud is a fighter. Like Bud wrestles, Bud street fights. Bud is a dude that you just put him in the mix and nothing rattles him. And I think that's the thing that got Canelo off. Everything he tried, nothing. Even when he tried to move Bud around, like try to bully him around, nothing. Yeah. Bud didn't fall for nothing. Nothing phased him. And then when he figured him out, he just started 2-piecing him, just tapping him up. So it's just two different types of fighters for the conversation to even be had.
I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a difference as we think. If you think about it, Bud started at 135, 130, 135. So I mean, they started around the same weight class, Bud just took a leap, went up 3 classes to fight Canelo. But I think Bud is naturally bigger anyway. I think he works, he has to work a lot prior to a fight to get down to the weight that he was boxing in. Because you can see in the fight against Canelo, it wasn't that much of a size difference. And I think Bud said, Canelo not that big. He might be a little wider, but he's not that big. He's a shorter fighter. His reach not that long. And then he said once he got in the fight, he saw that his punching power is overrated. But with all the talk about, comparing the two or whatever the case, it made me go back, get on YouTube and watch the old Mayweather fight.
Right.
Man, Mayweather fucked him up, bro.
Yes, he did.
Look, let me tell you something, man. Mayweather, look, it was crazy like a video game. Like Canelo didn't touch this man the whole fight. And people have you thinking that Floyd was running around in that fight. He wasn't running around. He was standing there. Canelo. I was like,
I think somebody said it was at one point in the fight, Canelo threw a couple of punches and
mhm.
Floyd had moved so much he tapped him on his back like, yo, I'm right here.
Hey, but you know what though was crazy about that? And I told y'all this from the jump. Like as soon as I got on this show, I don't like to compare errors because if you the same way you watched that video, Kobe, if you don't think Bud in his corner watched those videos, you
Oh,
crazy,
yeah,
right? So he just took a little bit of Floyd, he added a little bit of Bud in there, but there's no Bud Crawford without Floyd Mayweather. So
yeah,
to
that,
try to compare errors is
yeah,
crazy, and I think it's a little bit of undermining this in there. I think sometimes when you compare another boxer or another athlete, you take away from the legacy of the athlete that came before because we're a prisoner to revisionist history. You understand what's going on? A prisoner of the moment. So I think they both beat Canelo's ass and in a way that was unexpected at the time. And I appreciate both their greatness. And
fact.
also too, people got to stop sleeping on Bud Crawford and some of these modern fighters because the game of boxing can't promote itself. These
Yeah,
Mhm.
guys are just as skilled as any era.
yeah, yeah. I agree with you, and we got to remember Floyd was um, present in Bud's camp throughout
Mhm.
throughout his preparation. So, and I know they grown really close since Floyd retired from boxing, and they asked Bud like, what would you have to do if you fought Floyd? What would somebody need to beat him? And he said something like, you need to have 8 arms and 6 eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
And that's one thing I love about Bud too, man. If you watch him, not only now after post fight, but pre fight, he gives everybody due respect, man. Like he ain't out there trying to badmouth nobody. He ain't he ain't doing no trash talking. The
yeah,
dude is humble, and he understands. Like I say, he understands the all the guys that came before him, and he never even in the post when he took Canelo his belts back, man. Everybody was shocked that he said, man, those his belts. I'll get mine. But it was the right thing to do. Those are his names are on those belts. So I
stand
thought it
up
was the
to
right thing to do was take him back. So just the humbleness in that dude, man. I think he, I guess the question is what's next for him, man? Like what's next? What do you think he does next?
Mm.
I think he ride off into the sunset unless somebody come with one of those big 2, 3, 4, $500 million fights. Other than that, I think he rides off into the sunset until that right offer comes across his desk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we jump to the topics of the day, what y'all think about the whole Floyd and Roy Jones thing? Like who's
Stupid.
greater? They going it's that back and forth between them who's greater and
But
who ducked what fight and who got knocked out by this fighter. It's kind of getting petty now, but it's a hot topic for the boxing world. Everybody's chiming in.
well, the thing about Roy, man, is Roy is one of the greatest as well. But when you hear Roy talk, Roy is always talking about himself. Like a lot of the questions that they ask about Floyd is just for him to give his opinion, and Roy always emerges himself in the conversation. When they were talking about who he's fought, it was like, well, nope, that wasn't the question, but okay, I'll listen to the answer. But that's the problem. Like a lot of these guys try to immediately, instead of giving the flowers like Bud does, they immediately go, well, he didn't do it the way I did it, or I fought this person. Like that wasn't the question.
Yeah, and
So I think
that's why I sent y'all those clips over the week. I was
Mhm.
watching and Floyd did duck fighters. If you go back and
No,
look at the tape,
no.
they was ducking him,
Yep.
especially when it was Pretty Boy, because Pretty Boy threw his hands.
Yeah.
Let's not forget before the hand injury, and he changed his strategy up. But Floyd used to throw his hands, and Bud even said, it, "Pretty Boy, he stood in front of you, you had more opportunities to hit him. You know what I mean?
And you couldn't.
Yeah, there was opportunities for you to hit him. But when he became Money Mayweather, it was impossible to hit him. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He just became this cerebral boxer that you couldn't figure him out.
Yep.
I mean, to me, in my opinion, it's like just two, guys that were great at what they do, just arguing. They just talking crap to each other, and we witnessing it because they were
Yeah.
both great.
Mhm.
And then everybody has their own errors, right? Obviously, I'm 38, so Roy Jones is my my goal, right? He's the guy that I tried to stay up, tried to mow some lawns to pay for his fights. You understand what I mean? And Floyd was in that era too. They were in a non-ducking era, so it's just two I like two uncles just arguing about who was better than each other. They were
Yeah.
both great in their
So
own
Money,
right. That's all it is.
so Money with Roy being, and again, I agree with you. Roy is one of them dudes. So you being a Roy fan and him being your GOAT, do you think when he fought Tarver, should he have given Tarver that second fight? After the first time, should he? I thought that was, if he would have just rolled off into the sunset after that
That's
first
right.
fight, because Tarver was what I consider his kryptonite. He beat him the first time, but Tarver made it interesting. So when he gave him that second chance, I was like, oh nah, he shouldn't have done it. What is your thoughts on that one?
So my thought is, and I don't know Roy Jones personally, but it seemed like to me as a fan, I think he was into some other stuff at that time, right? He had his music career going on. He was doing some other stuff. I don't know how focused he was on Antonio Tarver. And he beat him, pretty handily the first time, to your point. I don't think he took him serious. And the bag was there to fight him again. So I think he was looking at the money. There's somebody he probably considered a chump, and I could just go in there and take care of my business and get this money. But in the sport of boxing, you can't take anybody lightly. That's what it looked like to me. I just don't think he took Antonio Tarver very seriously.
He was definitely making music out of that second fight. He was hearing all type of instruments. All right, man. Let's get into these topics for today, man. Let's start out with some WNBA action. They was playing last night, man. We saw a couple good games, man. We had the Las Vegas Aces. They played the Indiana Fever for the second game. They tied up 1-1. Then we also had Phoenix against the Minnesota Lynx. They also tied that series up 1-1. Hey, what's your guys' thought? I think right now it's been very entertaining WNBA playoffs so far. We saw a huge comeback last night by the Phoenix Mercury. I think that was like the fourth largest comeback in the W's history. And
Yes.
then I didn't expect no less for the Aces to thump Indiana in game 2 to tie that thing up. Because Asia Wilson, she's showing why she is the 4-time MVP. I've been saying all along, I think she's hands down the best player in the W. I get why they gave her the MVP this year, because that second half push was legendary almost.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? But I thought Nafisa did enough to get the MVP, but I get it. But what's your thoughts on the W playoffs so far?
I honestly, man, my question about the whole thing is why they not giving Mitchell her due respect, man?
From Indiana, Kelsey Mitchell.
Yeah, she's killing it, man, and they don't even mention her, huh?
She not first team all WNBA.
She made everything, but when you watch how they advertise, man, they advertise everybody but her on the damn Fever. So you really think is it the Caitlin Clark effect? They don't want to give. She's clearly the best player on the team, with or without Caitlin, but you never see her in any of the advertisements or any of the commercials when it comes to the Fever, even when they were leading up to. Because remember now, all these women that are playing right now, all of them was in the finals for the damn NBA for the MVP, all of them, and she's the only one that they don't talk about.
Yeah, so I don't get that either. But I will say this: yesterday she looked like trash.
But because she hit it, because she tore her ass up for 34 points the first game.
Yeah, but you can't
killed the first game.
You got 34, you got to come back with another 34, or at least somewhere in that range. But she dropped down all the way to 13 points.
Yeah. Kobe, you just answered the question I was about to say. Sometimes her consistency, like it's not always there. It's not a steady state. But that's just Indiana though. Like I always thought it was crazy when we just talked about Caitlin Clark and we didn't talk about Aaliyah Boston. We didn't give any of the other players on Indiana any credit. But that's how they roll though. They're a team like that any of them can get off at any given time. Mitchell obviously is the catalyst, but they all take turns though, because Indiana wouldn't be there without Aaliyah Boston on the boards. Setting the screen. You know what I mean?
Man, I mean they a bit, before Caitlin was hurt, I think there was a big three. Caitlin and Boston, that's a big three. But to your point, they don't talk about Boston. They don't talk about Mitchell. but they do talk about Hall and Sophie Cunningham. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I think they just using the people that help them market the sport better because
Yeah.
everybody follows Hall and Sophie Cunningham, and they got this stuff.
And they're waiting for Caitlin to come back. They're waiting for Caitlin to come back to hopefully pick up that torch. But that team, as a whole, that team is dangerous, man. They play, like you said, they play well together. They compete with anybody, and I think the first game that they played, the Aces, they were celebrating Asia, so I don't think they were really prepared for them or taking them serious, and they jumped on them. But you can't sleep on them because the 4 teams that are there belong there.
Yes.
They all played well. I've been watching all the games, and it's gonna be good, man. I don't think anybody's gonna run away with this thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see game 3 tomorrow night for all of them.
So I'm gonna have to go a little negative on with y'all a little bit quick. So I'm happy the 4 teams that are there, but I feel like the Liberty underachieved. With the players that they have.
They fired their coach.
But that was injury. I think that was a result of a lot of injury.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. Now that I think about it, I forgot about the injuries.
Most of the season they was without their 2 best players.
And the big girl got hurt in the first game. She got hurt. Their center got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So she was already out. But they fired their coach yesterday.
Yeah, because it was some games even with the injuries that they just was playing with their food. Like it was a lot of games that I watched, and some of them, I'll be honest, I'm a fan too. So they played like Angel Reese or somebody like that. I'm watching the game, and there's no way that Chicago should be in this game.
Right.
Like now, when you got Sabrina and the players that you have on that team, so I think it's just a consistent thing all season that they just played with their food, and I think the ownership had enough of it.
Yeah. What y'all think about that Phoenix Minnesota game? That was a huge comeback. Where like Minnesota had that rap, was about to go up 2-0. Like, what's the energy in Phoenix with that big comeback win against Minnesota last night? Anybody talking about the game? What's your thoughts? You being out there in Phoenix? Boost mode. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Can we hear you? We can't hear you.
Oh man, technical difficulties. So I jumped to y'all.
I ain't say nothing.
Yeah, you there? Oh,
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. Ain't nothing really to say. Ain't nothing really to say. I mean, they excited. They have a good following. The city happy for them, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't understand why we talking about the WNBA first. Why we talking about this is my problem with the hopes. Why we talk about the WNBA and everything first, right? When Baltimore Ravens lose.
Hey, look.
You was gonna say, I knew
hey,
it.
Look.
I
So,
knew it.
Hey, look,
I
man.
knew you was gonna
he
say
couldn't wait. He couldn't wait.
Hey, you knew it was coming, Kobe. Come on now.
I'm surprised it took him that long. He walked off twice, so I'm surprised it took him that long.
Hey, listen, I knew it was coming too, but you gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying? You know the order of the discussion. You gotta be patient, and then really, it's not really, the bullet's not penetrating because Cincinnati trash, Dallas trash. So there's nobody on this panel for the podcast really got a place to speak. I mean, we can talk about the wins and losses, but the ammunition is not penetrating.
Hey Mo, you notice he ain't let him back in yet?
Yeah,
hey, bro.
He come back in on NFL recap. He's petty, man. He was like a lion in the jungle, man. You see how he just sitting in the woods, quiet, man, waiting.
He turned his hat backwards for that one.
He was just wait. Hey, you know what? I started to text you, but I don't like doing that shit because I don't like when people text me when players fuck up on my team. It's like I ain't fumble, but Derrick Henry got.
I don't even care, bro.
You gotta fix that shit, bro. What the hell?
But you know what? bring Odo back on here. Let's get into this NFL, man. Because I know that's what the people want to hear. That's what Omar want to talk about. Take the floor, cuzzo, man. Shit, man. Go ahead, man.
You
got something to say?
It ain't nothing really to talk about because of my team. Everybody know my quarterback out, so our season over with. We try and go get Kirk Cousins, so we can at least, at least. But you said NFL recap, so I'm starting with my team first. Excuse me. That's why I'm starting with my team. But as far as your team go, your team played a good game. Your team played a good game. Your defense need, you got some defense in your secondary that's, I feel like they need to play together a little bit more. I think they out there doing their own thing instead of, playing with the defense calls. But hey, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's week 3. I'm not worried about Baltimore.
Let me ask you this. If you was Baltimore's defensive coordinator, what would you do differently to fix that defense?
You said,
don't y'all have your center out and one of your because they put up what,
we had some people out, but that wasn't no because they got bullied. You don't get bullied. You know what I'm saying? I was at the game and I seen Detroit didn't even have to pass the ball. All they did was run right down their necks, up the field, into the red zone, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And it was embarrassing. We couldn't get off the field on third downs. I don't care if it was third and short, third and long. We couldn't get off the field. None of that. But I was asking O-Dog. I was like, if you was the defensive coordinator, what would you do differently with that defense from what you've seen so far?
Baltimore Ravens is such a 3-4, right? Defense, right? Mm-hmm. The 3-4. So you leave a lot of your one technique that's right over top of your center. He got to be an absolute monster, right? You know what I'm saying? And then your 2-3 techniques, they got to be dogs. And I just feel like they not holding their own because them linemen was able to get up on those linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Your 2 linebackers like that. And Roquan can't make every tackle.
You can't make every play.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who your other linebacker is. I don't even know who your outside. I know one of the outside linebackers. I forgot his name. He's pretty good. Where the young boy at from Marshall? Where the young boy at from Marshall? And then y'all had Van, whatever. Like Coach Brown said, he was hurt.
Yeah, Van Noy
was out.
Where the young boy
with the African last name, he was out.
That's what I said, Van. Like Coach Millen said, Van. Right. That's a major piece.
That's your one technique right there. He was out there.
That's Detroit. Why you acting like? Detroit is arguably the best team in the NFC East.
Yeah.
You act like that was my team.
It wasn't that they
lost. You know what I'm saying? Like you played.
It wasn't that they lost, cuz it was the way they lost.
Yeah.
I mean, they put up that, but like
right, they got bullied in their own. I get it. They got ran, and that's not what they do.
Yeah.
So let me
ahead, Coach. You got
question. Let me ask you this. It was two great. So everybody is talking about the play Hutchinson made on Derrick Henry, right? As a running back, I understand how that happens because Hutchinson was supposed to follow Lamar. He didn't. He just traced back, made a great play. As you look at it, Henry was in the goddamn Heisman trophy pose, getting ready to make a move and get upfield. Hutchinson made a great play. But here's the play that I understand why they didn't talk about it, but Humphreys, man, on that run, that jump cut that Montgomery made, he made that nice ass 1-2 jump cut, got down and put up 70 yards on their ass.
Right.
Humphreys was in the box. He missed, was down on all fours, and then hustled his ass back to make the tackle. How the fuck does that happen? Your safety is in the box, I think he got ran off or got clipped or something, but he was down on all fours. I'm saying, like, how does Humphrey, my point is, Humphrey just showed he out-hustled the dudes that was already in the secondary. He was up in the line of scrimmage. He was there.
He got to out-hustle. You talking about Humphreys? But you talking about? I'm confused. You talking about the young? You talking about number 44 from the Baltimore?
From
The
Baltimore.
y'all
So
the corner.
yeah, the safety. Yeah. So my question was
Yeah.
that goes back to the effort that everybody else was making, because Humphreys was up there when the dude was at the line of scrimmage, and he the one that ran him down for the tackle. So my question was, they didn't talk about it. I just thought there was a hell of an effort on Humphreys' part, and I get why they talk about him so much. That just shows who he is. But how the hell is he getting back after being 15 yards behind the play, outworking everybody else to make the tackle? I know he's a great athlete, but ain't no way in the hell he should have made that tackle. The other guy should have made it. So that may be part of the problem right there. Some of the effort that guys are getting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I don't know. That's not my team, so I can't question somebody's effort or whatever. I have to really actually see the wide copy and
Yeah,
see
and that's what I was gonna say.
shit.
That's what I was gonna say. Go back and take a look at
Bottom
it.
line is, I just feel like Baltimore got some holes to fill, and they got.
Yeah, facts.
What?
Oh, go ahead, Coach.
Nah, and then also why wouldn't, and I understand this game because I think the game was always down in the last 2 or 3 minutes. But why when Henry fumble, man, they don't put him back in the game and throw it up? They act like he can't catch the ball out the backfield. You got to get that man's confidence back up. Like he's not a fumbling running back. That's not what he does.
Yeah,
he's just had some great plays made on bonehead in the first game because he should have went down. The game would have been, he would have been able to live to make another play. I don't even remember him fumbling in the second game. But this fumble right here was just Hutchinson making a great damn play. You're not thinking about Hutchinson back there. But why they leave him out of the game when he fumbles like that? They never put him back in.
But Coach, that's the problem. But Coach, that's the problem. You are thinking about ball security at the end of the game. At all times, you're thinking about ball security. It don't matter whether Hutchinson's behind you, in front of you, a nigga, excuse my language, somebody coming from the sideline. We're talking about
correct.
ball security.
Yeah.
So it don't matter where. It don't matter. Hutchinson made a great play, but we know when it comes down to 4 minutes or whatever the case may be, ball security. Period. You work on that in Little League.
Yeah. High and tight.
He made the man made a great mistake. You or you two hands on the ball.
Two hands.
Or you two hands on the ball. To make sure you don't fumble. Right. So the man made a great play 100%. But if he got two hands on the ball, it's not coming out. So the bottom line is, they're gonna be trying to punch the ball out. They need to get the ball back. Ball security, ball security, ball security. They got a coach in the NFL that's making well over 6 figures, and all he does is get water and yell ball security. I promise you.
100.
He got to realize that. And this is second time.
This is the
second time.
This ain't the second time, right? This ain't the second time. So I went back and I looked at some Derrick Henry stuff. He getting sloppy with his fundamentals. There is no coach. Not just throughout the duration. The last
this is
two
third
seasons.
Time this season. This is third.
The last 2 seasons, because he's stiff arming in traffic. There's no coach. They always teach you stiff arms are for the open field. If you in traffic, it's high and tight, 2 hands on that rock. If you stiff arming, I don't care if you as big as Derrick Henry or whatever. There's defensive coordinators that's gonna mash that up, and they're gonna say this is his tendency. Every time he get into traffic, he trying to move somebody. So when he does that, the ball is lax. He don't have Boston. So you can say it's a great play by Hutchinson, but the blueprint is out there. They're gonna continue to do this, and he got to clean that up. That's the bottom line with that.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. He
will.
Yeah,
and he will.
Yeah, for sure. He was definitely frustrated. When my seats it was right behind the running back bench, right?
He damn near tore his knee up.
I can't tell you how many times he slammed that helmet Monday night. You know what I'm saying? And when he fumbled, he came back to the sidelines and he was asking everybody over there, what happened? What happened? Like, he didn't even know what happened. Like, how did he fumble? What happened? You lost the goddamn ball. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? You better get yourself right, bro. But the offense just looked frustrated from the beginning. I didn't understand it. Like, Lamar Jackson looked like something was going on with him. Like, I'm talking about after the first series. He come to the sideline pissed off, talking to somebody. I'm like, damn, this offense been putting up 41 a game. Like, what is it to be mad about?
Hey,
like,
Cole,
the game hasn't even got going yet.
Hey, Kobe, I ain't gonna lie. He threw one pass, and all I could hear was O saying he'd have knocked one of them goddamn cheerleaders out.
Yeah. He did. I saw that. I thought about 0-2 when he threw that pass. But guess what? Number one passing rating of all time. Sometimes you don't need to talk about it. Sometimes you don't need to talk about it.
Oh shit.
So let's move on from the Ravens. It's not,
So how about them Cow?
Yeah, this is not about.
So how about the Cow? How about the Cowboys?
Man,
Yeah,
they look like, hey, with a garbage can there, because you can throw the whole secondary in the garbage can, all of them, from Trayvon Diggs to Malik Hooker to Reddy Stewart. All them guys look like straight trash. And you can throw the defensive coordinator
cut
too.
you off, Mo. Let me ask you this: is that the effect of y'all best pass rusher being traded away?
Bro,
and now helping those guys out?
Bro, we could have Aaron Donald, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, and John Randall up front. If the quarterback getting the ball off in 1.7 seconds, it don't matter. Because they blowing assignments on the back end.
Hey, like, they ain't doing nothing but running ball, motherfuckers. It ain't complex. They got the blueprint from goddamn Russell Wilson a week before. You knew Caleb coming in. That's the first thing. Everybody just take off, go. Like they ain't worried about nothing. Like how you mess those assignments up.
I don't know, Coach. My thing is too, if you know they not communicating right, then you got to go back to cat coverage. Like just play man. You know what I mean? Because it's obviously the zone. Because it's I don't know if they're in cover 2, 3. It ain't working.
They don't know if they're in cover 2, cover 3, or cover 0. Them my fastest man, just go get the goddamn ball. That's all Caleb did. And they threw a flea flicker type shit.
The whole defense flowed to the flea flicker. The whole defense flowed to the flea. No
discipline. The ball 10 seconds.
Our resident subject matter expert at the defensive back position. Hey, what you see with Dallas secondary?
I saw. I just see like a lot of guys blaming other people for their mistakes, and I think they on TV and they going like this or going like that, and they wanted to make it seem like it's somebody else, and that's why I said we need to get some wide copies and we can really see what is really going on and some coverages and stuff. Like Coach Milton said, when the young boy out of UW ran past number 7 on the Cowboys, that didn't look like no zone to me. That just looked like it was man to man and he ran past him. But it almost looked like he was trying to, a couple years ago, and I used to argue with his trainer, and we don't need to say names or whatever, but one of his trainers, that's our OG, my OG, and I used to be like, he is sitting on a lot of routes. And I said, sometimes that it's good sometimes when you guess right, but sometimes, people start to draw plays in the dirt for you, and then they start to run past you, where you starting to throttle down at 17 to 20 yards and they getting going at 20 yards, So you got to be careful with that. And, people starting to realize that was his MO. He liked to squat on a lot of the route running. So now people are just saying, okay, we just going to run past him or we going to try to attack him. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. And he coming off of an injury. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's a lot of the blame game in the secondary. And they don't really Malik Hooker, I ain't gonna lie, he is somebody who I thought was gonna be a all-pro safety coming out of Ohio State when he got drafted to Indy. I thought he was gonna be a monster. What he was doing at Ohio State, flying around to the ball, making plays all over the secondary, ball hawk, I thought he was gonna go crazy. But hey, it just goes to show you, man, when you out here dealing with these grown men and you got grown man decisions and you got grown man temptations, you truly find out who really loves the game and who works on their craft and who gets better and who doesn't. So that's just my opinion on the secondary. And whatever it is that they doing, I think it goes back to what Money Mo said. I think they need to realize and say, hey, we might not have the athletes for a zone. We might not be a zone team because we got to we got to read routes. We got to pattern read. Maybe we just need to say, you know what? This is my guy. I have my guy. You have your guy. Let's get after the quarterback so we don't have to cover that long. We can play off. We can play man from off and we can play man from bump and run. Maybe they need to go do that. So I don't know. But whatever it is, they need to get it fixed and they need to fix it fast. So that's
Malik
just my
Hooker
opinion.
is good if he's in the box. Like he's like almost 30. His athleticism has faded a little bit. When he first came to Dallas, he was like 27. He could cover the back end a little bit, and he was our free safety. But now they
Yeah,
have Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker both playing safety, and neither one of them are deep coverage safety. On that play with Trayvon
right.
Diggs, there's this guy named Brian Broaddus. I don't know if y'all heard of him or not, but he breaks down Cowboy film every actually today between Tuesday and Wednesday, and he showed
Right.
all 22 of that Diggs play. And what
Mm-hmm.
happened was Donovan Wilson was supposed to be the deep third. So even though
Mm-hmm.
Trayvon Diggs slipped, he still thought he had some coverage. But
Right.
Donovan Wilson bit on an underneath route from the tight end, and then Malik Hooker was already covering the tight end. So now you
Right.
got two people covering the tight end when you're supposed to be over the top. That's what makes it frustrating as a Cowboys fan. Now, did I think we was going anywhere this year? Nah, and that's why another reason they traded Micah. We weren't going nowhere with him or without him. But to answer your question directly, Micah Parsons wouldn't have had no effect on that game because the secondary is just that bad.
Well, money,
Well,
you say y'all going
that's
to
one
the
thing.
NFC
That's one thing. That's one thing I might have to disagree with you on, Money Mo, because I played on some trash secondaries, the worst in the league. And when you got somebody that can get after quarterback a little bit, he can't cover. Even if he just getting after him and having them pressure a little bit,
Yeah,
that
make
does
him
help your
uncomfortable.
secondary out
Yeah.
tremendous. So when they gotta account for that, they gotta leave extra people in the box. They gotta chip. That tight end can't get out as fast as he want because he got to chip. He got to make sure that Parsons ain't coming around that edge, and that does the fact that the game plan is totally different. The game plan is different when you got somebody that can get after the quarterback, and that help out your secondary. But it is what it is. At this point, it don't even matter. So the Cowboys, they need to just keep losing so they can get some draft picks.
That's
Yeah.
facts. I mean, we got some secondary players coming back. You got Bland coming back, who's the number one
Yeah, what
corner. You
happened to
got
Bland? Bland got injured. He was playing well before he got hurt, I thought.
Yeah, he got his foot stepped on in practice. So he
Okay,
should be back. He should be back this week. The young guy
gotcha.
that we drafted from Eastern Carolina, 6'3" corner, he should be back week after next. So we literally out there with people that's from the practice squad. But that's still no excuse because
How about
your
this?
assignment is your assignment. Like you shouldn't
Right.
get beat like
And,
that.
and last time I checked, Trayvon Diggs and Hooker, those two second round and and both of them got big 90s, 60s, whatever, $70 million deals. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It
Yep.
is what it is.
Hey,
And
money, I
more money
will
just to
say
clear
this.
something up. Didn't you say Dallas was going to the NFC Championship this year?
I ain't never say that. I picked the
Or
Eagles.
y'all was going to win the division?
I picked the Eagles. You picked the Cowboys.
I
picked the
you know I
Eagles.
picked those sorry
No,
jokes. You know the hell. You know damn well.
I will tell you who I am disappointed in, who I thought was going to go out, and I said this probably before. I thought Pickett was going to have a monster year this year, man. I thought he was going to really take advantages of those backside one-on-one matchups, not really having to go against the number one defensive back. And then to me, it just seemed like he's just inconsistent. Like, almost like, bro, you need to grow up, man. Become a professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to sit up here and get a big deal and things like that, but yet you ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, you dropping passes that are meaningful. I'd rather take somebody like a and I hate to say this, but I'd rather take what was the boy in New England that played with Brady for so long? Wes Walker, and what was the other one right after him?
Amendola?
Not Amendola, the other one. We wore number 11.
Julian Edelman.
I'd take a Julian Edelman that I know he gonna catch the ball every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing about it. You when it comes to receiver, you got to be consistent, man. Yeah. You got to be consistent, and you mess around, you catch some, you'll catch a great one, and then when we need you on third and whatever to catch a big ball, to catch a ball, he dropped the joint or whatever. I'll just be like, but yeah, he probably won't get a crazy deal. I'm like, bro, Some of them I just
That
don't
was his
understand.
problem in Pittsburgh. That was his
Yeah.
problem in Pittsburgh, being the
I don't
guy.
understand.
Same thing, inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah, consistency, bro. Consistency get you. That's what gets you paid.
That's
It's the
fact.
consistency. You know what I mean? But you dropping the ball in big time games, major games where they need you. So excuse me. Hopefully he gets it together here, man. It's a great time to change your attitude. You got a big Sunday night game. Green Bay coming in. Green Bay coming off of a loss. You going against a vicious secondary. Green Bay
Yeah.
secondary vicious.
They
They
are.
nice
And
and they
you
play
ain't gonna
well
have
together.
CD. CD is out. You
But
ain't gonna
this
have
is
CD.
chance to
Yep. So
O's
this is
point.
chance to step up. Yep.
If he want the bag, he got to show.
You
He
want
got
to get a
three
bag? It's a
weeks.
great game to go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the lights is on. Big time game.
Micah coming.
We'll see, man. Like I keep telling people, and I said it back in the summertime. Put me on game, and I appreciate it. It enlightened me to some things that it's just not about the plays on Sunday. It's about what you do Monday through Saturday sometimes. And with
You got to
that,
stop.
Micah Parsons' play doesn't warrant what happens Monday through Saturday sometimes, right? And I think it was Brian Broadus who brought it up. Shout out to him. I hope he watched it. He plugged us in too. But if you talk about Lawrence Taylor, you talk about Derek Thomas, Reggie White, some of the greatest sackmen of all time, right? They led the leagues in sacks. Their plays were impactful every down or when the game was on the line. That's not always the case with Micah. And I said that before he got traded. You know what I mean? If you're talking about a guy through 3.5 games, was it three games? He got 1.5 sack. So I get it. He might ball out on Sunday. I got to see it in the playoffs. I got to see it in the crazy part about Ebony. She better worry about them Washington Commanders. she always peeking over the fence at the Cowboys. I get it. When you got one playoff win in 20, 30 years, at least we win a playoff game. But anyway, I got to see.
Don't get
Michael
distracted,
Parsons.
money. Don't get distracted, money.
I got to see what he does in the playoffs. He can come out there and get 8 sacks against Dallas, but if he don't show up in January, then it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to say this too, money, since you on the show, and I last time we was on, we had a conversation about Dallas. And again, for those who just tuning in, I am a former Cowboy fan. I have to take my hat off to Dak, man. Dak playing his ass off, and I like the running back. I like how he playing for them as well. The cat from Denver. He went. I know he's at Carolina. Hey, they look good, man. Dak is doing his part.
30, 40 yards, then drop the ball. That
Huh?
was the one broke for 30, 40 yards and then dropped the ball.
Hey, he ain't drop it. Old boy took that ball.
Old boy
Yeah,
took
he
the ball
took it.
from him.
That was a hell of an effort.
That was a hell of a defensive play. Yeah,
Man, he took. I ain't seen a play like that in a while, man. He took
Yeah,
it from him,
yeah,
but yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You gotta hold that ball tight.
You gotta
I
hold
know
on to it.
we mentioned the Packers a few moments ago. Are you surprised that they only could put up 10 points against the Browns? And I know Browns, that AFC North defense,
No sir.
Browns, they vicious, but
You got
I
arguably
just
one of
couldn't
the
move the
best.
ball at all, bro.
Hey, you got arguably one of the best defensive lines over there, and you got old boy over there that they just paid $100 million to number 95.
He
Hey,
the best defensive end in the league.
in the
I don't
league,
know.
bro.
Without question.
Yeah.
Without question.
That's a dog.
He allows the defense to do a whole lot, man. And you got to think about what Green Bay's they got the young receiving core,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And if you can neutralize that running game, you already know what's gonna happen.
What's Green Bay quarterback first name? Love, what's his first name?
Jordan.
So you heard when the defensive end went to the sideline and he was pressuring Jordan.
The dude said, "Run."
Yeah, he said, "Run, Jordan, run."
Because they couldn't block him.
Run, Jordan, run.
They couldn't block him.
No, they couldn't block.
He was making them look like kids, bro.
Couldn't do nothing with him, man. And then on top of that, to y'all point, it ain't just Myles Garrett, man. They got two dudes, Newsom, and then I can't remember the other cornerback's name, but they some dogs too.
Hey, man.
And that whole defense like that. I mean, that's what been keeping Cleveland like at least afloat for all these years. Their offense has been a question mark for a minute, but their defense been consistent.
Don't y'all play them this week,
Cole? Guarantee Cleveland is going to come to play on the defensive end of the ball.
Yeah, and they kind of like Baltimore kryptonite. Like
Yeah,
on
we put
that
up 41
defense,
on them last week, bro.
they
We put up 41 on them boys.
that's
But
I was
no,
surprised
Oh,
too, cause
they played Detroit this week. That's why I was forgetting who they played. They played Detroit. That's gonna be a good game. That's
I
gonna be
yeah.
a
don't know.
good
As
game.
long as Joe Flacco at quarterback, they got a shot.
So the best game I saw, I guess this past week, I'm going to say Tampa Bay versus the Jets. That was an exciting game. It was entertaining. It came down to the end. Baker Mayfield, you know what I'm saying? He showed his grit, his toughness, and drove his team down the field to get the victory. I think it was 29-27. So what y'all think about that game and Baker Mayfield's performance?
I think where's Fredo? Where's Fredo?
Fredo hiding.
You talking about Justin Herbert? Why they give Justin Herbert that bread? Where Fredo? Where Fredo at? Come on, Fredo. I know you watching the show. We'd love to call in, send a text message, send a message. Let us know what you know. Why they Herbert this, Herbert that. That man balling right now. That man looking like he done run up to Josh Allen MVP. The way he playing.
Nah, the
Yeah.
MVP right now, is
They look
Daniel
like they
Jones,
gonna
bro.
win the AFC West.
Yeah, you got to put Daniel Jones in the
Daniel Jones,
MVP.
the MVP right now, big dog.
Nah, Daniel Jones ain't no MVP over no Justin Herbert. Y'all crazy.
Yeah,
Man, you ain't seen him play?
I mean, I'm sure he playing well, but you excited because you haven't seen him play at that level before, so it's a
Yeah,
little bit.
y'all excited. Y'all excited for Daniel Jones because y'all ain't seen him play at that level.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, for both of them. You're
For
right.
both of them, yeah.
But Herbert, I mean, Herbert haven't had
Herbert is.
success terms
I
of.
would give it to Herbert. Herbert playing his
But
ass
Herbert
off.
always been like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He never been
Yeah,
no.
no.
But you can't regardless if you've been like
Rewind
that or
the
not, you
tape.
can't take it away from him. He playing
Rewind
his
the
ass
tape.
off.
His play just haven't generated like wins, like getting into the postseason, winning playoff games, all that stuff. But in terms of who he is as a quarterback, what he do as a quarterback, he's been like that since day one.
Yeah, but we're not talking about what his intangibles are. We're talking about what his play is on the field.
Right, because
Right?
from an intangible standpoint, Daniel
Yeah,
Jones got all the tangibles too.
right.
Yeah,
They
but when you
both
compare them, even before this season, but when you compare them, there's no comparison, right? Herbert is here and Daniel Jones is here when you compare just those two.
yes,
I
sir.
don't. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I done watched Daniel Jones for a few years. It come down to coaching. That is nothing that Daniel Jones can't do on that football field that Justin Herbert can do. From just an athletic standpoint and a skill set. He got an arm, he got wheels. It comes down to coaching. He made some bad decisions with the football.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's all I say about that. But as
My
far as the
bad.
game,
My bad.
We don't talked all this time, and Cope, you brought up a good game. What about that Eagles game, man? That was a hell
that's
of a.
what I was about to
They
say.
looked like shit in the first half. They got a board. Like, I don't understand what the offensive coordinator be doing. It's like he just be playing with his food sometime with all the weapons he got on offense. But they came back that second half. You know, my son he damn near turned the car on the road, man. That was a great second half by the Philadelphia Eagles, man.
Yeah.
And they shut out the squad in the second half. Like, that was like two different teams, and I don't understand why they don't play like that from kickoff to the ending of the game, because they got too many weapons to be, dudes not showing up, catching the ball. Like, it was a completely, whatever they said at halftime should have been said at the beginning of the game, knowing that that's the team that they lost to, correct, in the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why you don't come out ready to play from the beginning? But that was an awesome game.
Yeah, for
Well, if
sure.
you giving
Champions find a way to win. You know
if
what
you
I mean?
giving credit to the Eagles, I gotta throw some shame on the Rams. They got ahead in that game throwing the ball and
Mm-hmm.
and attacking the Eagles secondary. How you got Reed Blankenship guarding one of the greatest wide receivers of this era, and you not take advantage of it? Devontae Adams should have had 200 yards receiving. No, there's no way that you got a safety guarding Devontae Adams. So that's on the Rams offensive coordinator staff. I'm pretty sure they kicking themselves because they put Mitchell on Puka Nacua. I don't even know who their second corner is. I think it might be the guy from USC. And they had Reed Blankenship guarding Devontae Adams. That's on the Rams. I mean, I gotta give the Eagles credit because you gotta make the plays when they're there, but I have to. You gotta throw some shade at the Rams. How you not take advantage of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
And they was running the. Hey, check this out. They was running the ball. I know you watched the game because you're son of fan. The Rams
Mhm.
was averaging 4.5 yards a carry at one point. We stopped running the ball. Like, what's
Against that
going on?
defense, yep. Against that defense, you got to keep going to the well till they stop, and they did not stop it. You stopped yourself. Like they stopped calling the run. Yep, you're right.
They'll see each other again. It's week 3. You know what I mean? They hopefully they learn from their mistakes, but they'll see each other again for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But I hats off to Jordan Davis. He lost some weight. The brother looked good out there. Him and Jalen Carter, they look like the Bass Bros down there. So good on them. Good win for the Eagles. Like you said, some of it, coach, is the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, and some of it's Jalen Hurts. I do believe his processor don't upload at the same speed as other quarterbacks. And it take him a while to figure out what that defense is doing. But when he figure it out, he on point. But I think the Rams coverage, I think it gave him some trouble at the beginning because if you look at it, he just checked everything down. He wasn't getting an enormous amount of pressure. I just don't think he understood what was going on in the first half.
Mm.
And it took somebody to be like, you know what? Hey, bro, they playing A.J. Brown one-on-one. Hey, bro, they playing Devontae Smith one-on-one. This is no zone. They play cat defense. From what I've seen, I
Yeah,
don't know. I had like say you got to look at the all 22 or something. So
I just think at one point you looked like he was being combative with he wasn't happy with what was going on. Like I think there's some dissension in there as far as what's being called, when it's being called. Because when they do that flash to the solid again, we catching lightning in a bottle type shit. But at the
right,
same time, he don't look happy with what's happening. Like he did not look happy. He didn't look
you right.
comfortable. But at the same time, like I said, I don't like O said, we don't know what's really going on. But again, there's with all that talent, you can't take everything away from them. Like there's no way that they should ever be started. They got too much talent out there. You got 2 receivers, you got 2 great tight ends, and you got a hell of a running back there. Like I don't, what can you do? And you got a quarterback that can get you out of any situation. He's not gonna hurt you. He gonna put you in an advantageous situation. So I don't understand how they're ever in a situation where they look like they're stalling.
Yeah.
But it is the NFL. Everybody gets paid. Everybody's
Right.
professional. There is coordinators and people watching film, but they just have too much talent over there. So, but again, great game. So
Yeah.
we'll see. They got who they got? They got Tampa Bay this week coming up. So
Well, that'd be
that's gonna be
good.
a good tough. That's gonna be
Okay.
it's
Good game.
Good
Philly
game.
at Tampa. Yep.
Yeah. So switching up speeds a little bit, man. Let's jump into some college football. There wasn't a lot of marquee games over the weekend, but one game I saw in particular that was kind of eye popping was how bad Indiana beat Illinois, man. I mean, they crushed them 63-10, and that was a battle between 2 ranked teams. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, Indiana been playing well the last couple of seasons. They look like a really good football team, so I'm not surprised they won. But 63-10,
Right.
that was just crazy to me. Did y'all get a chance to see that game?
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
of
lie to
course.
you. I didn't. I didn't, Kobe. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I got my son's, well, he's like my third son, Kamar, who plays for them. And we talk to him damn near every day. He plays for Indiana. And I was talking to him yesterday. I think the thing that caught people off guard, that quarterback. That quarterback is, he's unheralded. He's coming because that defense ain't the same as it was last year. Indiana's defense is not the same. And they're getting, of course, they have the most returners on that side of the ball that's coming back, and they're getting, before that game they were getting a lot of, fans were really on them about not performing up to standard, which I don't understand. The standard of Indiana, they ain't won shit. Last year was their first winning season, but that's what happened when you get spoiled. But at the end of the day, I think that quarterback has come a long way very quickly, and is starting to kind of level them out on that side of the ball, because they got a good running back too, but that quarterback played well, and they still got Surratt is still there. So they got some offensive firepower. Their quarterback played a good game, but we'll see because they really haven't played anybody yet, to be honest. But
Mm,
Right.
you know,
That's right.
we'll see in a couple of weeks.
yeah.
Do
But
they
let's
play
talk about
Michigan?
Old Florida State.
Oh yeah.
Y'all got a big game coming up
Nah, we good. We don't need to talk about us. We good.
Oh
We ain't
yeah.
because
talk
y'all
about
got
us.
Miami. Y'all got Miami, right?
Nah, we got university. We got UVA.
I mean, no.
tomorrow.
UVA this week, but Miami is next week, correct?
Yeah, we take it one game at a time over here, brother.
I
One
got
game
you.
at a time.
I got you. So
One game at a
what did you think about Carson Beck's performance in the last game?
I mean, he Carson Beck. Carson Beck to me looked like he playing having fun. And when you having fun as a quarterback or as a player, you take out all the thinking so much with anything. I just think he looks like he having fun. He got guys that's flying around. They laughing, they joking, they celebrating, they partying. I just think he's having fun. That's all. I don't know. He just looks like he's having fun. He ain't worried about being the number one pick in the draft. He just looks like he having fun playing with his teammates. They out there, they flying around. Even when he make mistakes, the receivers going to him, tell him, don't worry about it. We get it back. You know, when he does score, he's celebrating, he's throwing in a good pass. He's expressing himself. He wasn't doing that when he was at Georgia last year. So I don't know. That's the only thing different that I see.
Yeah.
He still got a good arm. It always helps when you got some dogs. You know, one thing Miami gonna have is some receivers. We know that. So
And a tight end. They got a nice
Yeah.
tight end.
yeah.
Sometimes a change of scenery is good for a player.
It's great for a player. If you know, yeah.
He
Going to
definitely looks like
Miami
he's
is
playing
never
with
a bad thing.
confidence.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah, that's what I was being said. So,
Well,
Georgia
hey,
Tech.
but Kobe, before you move on, what y'all think about that Oklahoma quarterback?
I like him. I like him,
I
and I like that receiver number 5. He nice.
Yeah. That's yeah, they played against Auburn this past week, right? Yeah, he
No,
Was
no. But they played against Michigan, I thought.
Oklahoma? I thought they beat Auburn.
No, my bad. Yeah, Nebraska played against Michigan. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Bryce Underwood looked good too, though. Yeah.
He looked pretty good to me. So I don't know. We'll see. One thing though that I don't think it was what's his name, Max, Mad Dog, that be on ESPN First Take.
Mad Dog Russo.
He said something that was real. I don't agree with nothing he said, but today he did say something this morning. Why do we have to split Oregon playing against Penn State, and then you got Alabama playing against Georgia at the same time at 7:30?
That's dumb.
Like one on CBS, one on ABC. Like why? Like come on, college football. Put one of them at 3:30 and then put one of them at 7:30, or one of them at
That's
I don't understand that. And Mad Max talked about that on which he made a great point. Like come on, man. But this week we ain't have hardly any like marquee matchups like that. You know what I mean? Like college football got to do better. Like they splitting up the viewers. You know.
That's right.
I think obviously you can go to you can split the screen, or you can go to a bar or somewhere and watch it. But for the people that want to watch every play, the whole entire game, it's like, man, split the joint up, man. Put one at 3:30, one at 7:30. You know what I mean? Don't put your two best games on at the same time.
That's right. And no dog, to your point, SEC football always used to come on at 3:30.
Always.
CBS 3:30.
CBS
SEC
3:30. CBS 3:30. Always.
I don't know.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but it is what it is.
Hey, you could take it one game at a time, but I'm stopping everything I'm doing next Saturday. I'm gonna be locked in Miami, Florida State, baby.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm nervous about tomorrow night because in 2011 we went down to UVA
Mhm.
and they upset us on a Friday night. So I don't like playing on Friday nights. I don't this to me got upset written all over because
Mm.
I feel like the team, you gotta have a locked in team where we saying we locked in. We don't care about what next week. We focusing in on is right here, right now. You know what I mean? And if not, you're gonna see how we play when we come out. So I hope they locked in. I hope they focused. But this is definitely a trap game. And if I had some extra chain and I was gonna bet something, this is the game I would bet for sure. For sure.
So, but
I'll say
like,
this about the Florida State. I don't think that they'll get caught sleeping against UVA. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand where Florida State came from to where they at now. I think they hungry. You know, they understood the struggle that they had in the past season or so, and they ain't trying to go backwards. You know what I mean? I think they're hungry. They're trying to show the country that they're back. They're still a force. You know what I mean? And they're going to compete for a national title. So I don't see them losing focus and getting surprised by UVA.
I hope you're right, brother.
Yeah.
I hope
So
you're right.
before we get out of here, let's get some predictions for week 5. So I mean, we don't got to predict all the games, but just some of the marquee games. So going around the horn, LSU, Ole Miss.
Is it at Ole Miss or is it LSU?
At Ole Miss.
Said Miss.
mm,
Yeah.
I'm going LSU.
LSU. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the upset. I like Lane Kiffin in the upset just because Lane Kiffin got that show that's on ESPN right now where they talking about his life and everything or whatever the case may be. So I don't
You
know.
see,
I think it's on ESPN. I think this is it's gonna be they're gonna try to upset.
you
Yeah.
see. Speaking of his show, you see his daughter dates a linebacker from LSU. So
Mm.
Yes, I saw that
he
on.
said take the over. He told him take the over.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. You know, I just can't. I never pick LSU because of their coach. So so that that's that. Oregon, Penn State, big one. They playing at Penn State.
Penn State.
I don't know. I got Oregon, man. I got Oregon. I think they just that Penn State is like they like a fluid team, and Oregon is like a goddamn high octane Ferrari. I think they just got too much firepower
I
for Penn
think what's the
State.
temperature gonna be? Is it gonna be rainy and muddy? Is it gonna be
Supposed
is
to
it gonna
be
be a
supposed to
nice
be
beautiful?
supposed to be 80 degrees this weekend in PA.
It's still on the East Coast.
Is it a
Yeah,
night game?
I don't know.
Yes, it's a
yeah,
I don't
7:30
know.
game. 7:30 game.
I think this a Penn. I think for Penn State, this is a statement game. To let the country know that they for real. So we'll see. I like everybody. My prediction is though I'm gonna go with the home team. The home team. I'm gonna go with Penn State.
hmm yeah. I'm going with Penn State as well. I think that crowd gonna be rocking. It's gonna be all white in there. It's
You
gonna
know
be
they're gonna do the all white.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
They're gonna white out.
Yes,
yeah, for
sir.
sure.
It's gonna be electric. So, Alabama, Georgia,
Ooh. It's in
I like
Georgia. It
Georgia.
don't matter.
in Georgia.
I like Georgia.
I
It's
like
Georgia.
Georgia too. Yeah, I
Georgia.
like Georgia.
Yeah, same here, Georgia.
So
Um,
quick question with Alabama say. Who's on the hottest seat, him or Dabo?
Probably
oh,
Clemson.
him. Probably him.
Because if he loses this game to Georgia, they are what? What is Alabama's record right now? They're ranked 17, but what's their record?
well, they
They
got
only won.
they got to be what 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are they 3-1?
I don't think they
Yeah,
lost two.
I don't think
They
they
never
lost
lost
twice.
one game, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't think
sure.
they
I'm not
lost
sure.
one.
Okay. So if he
It,
if he loses this game,
They 2-1. Excuse me.
2-1.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we're in week 4, or week 5, week 4 matchup. So yeah,
yeah.
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 So
But to,
Georgia, I think Georgia.
but to answer your question, is him, man. Like being from South Carolina, Dabo's a legend. He'll have to leave. Like he's built so much equity with that program. It'll be
Yeah.
him just leaving instead of him getting fired. Because
And
Clemson
Dabo
wasn't
already
shit before he
said,
got there.
yeah, Dabo already said shit. He don't give a shit. He gonna have a job anyway. He don't care. That's pretty much
Yeah.
what he said in this last case. He said, it don't matter. I'm gonna be coaching somewhere, so do what you want.
Yeah.
Nah, he'll be all right.
Yeah. But shit, that's all I got, fellas, man. Y'all want to leave our viewers and listeners with something before we get out of here?
I got something to ask y'all since y'all back home. Well, y'all back on the East, Coach.
Right.
And Cole. What do y'all think about this quarterback from University of Maryland that's going crazy, even though they haven't really played anyone?
The freshman.
I mean, yeah, the freshman that's balling, throwing the ball around. What y'all think about him?
He looks impressive, man. They've been talking about him even on the local news out here, and just watching. I haven't watched Maryland play like a game in entirety, but I have been watching clips of him, man. He looks like a talented young man. He showed maturity, a lot of poise to be a freshman. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely is throwing that ball around. He uses legs when he has to. I think they got a gem in him. You know what I mean? I think if you build around him, Maryland can, you know.
Do you think he stays there all 3 years?
No,
Probably not.
Hell no.
Probably not. Because you know how it is. He going I don't know what type of resources Maryland got, but somebody gonna throw that bag at him. And I don't think Maryland can match.
What you mean you don't know what type of resources they got? They got Kevin Plank. He's
No, but
unarmed.
yeah, I don't know if they gonna. I don't know.
I mean, that's quite a bag to have, right? That's quite that somebody that's actually
Under Armour. Yeah.
at all times. Somebody that you know what I mean. So I don't know if it.
the money is there for him to stay, of course. And I
feel it's the exposure. Like
That's
I don't get the WB channel out here, so I can't watch Maryland games. You know what I mean? I don't get the WB channel 32. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that.
And Cole can tell you, he even here in the DMV, he ain't. You got to really look for him. They ain't, he's getting some pub, but he ain't getting the exposure even here on the East Coast.
Right.
So, unless you follow Maryland football or following that, that conference, shit, know more about the local high school teams than you do Maryland.
Yeah,
all I got to say is
next year he'll be out of blue blood.
Yeah.
Florida State need a quarterback next year. They quarterback is senior.
Miami gonna need another one.
Miami gonna need one.
He gonna have plenty of options.
Exactly.
Before we go out here, and I know we said it pre-show, I was telling Cole and Mo, man, did you see that the NCAA for basketball gave the cat theory from the G League? He played in the G League for 3 years, and he just gave him eligibility in the NBA back in college. Did you see that?
So and he got 2 years of eligibility in college, right?
He got 2 years of eligibility in college. He already played 3 years of G League basketball professionally, or however you title that. G League is still, to me, it's still professional basketball. So by this cat is going back.
So by the time he's just 2 years in college, he's gonna be down retirement eligible.
He will be.
But so if the NCAA did it for basketball, what do you think is going to happen? Do they have the opportunity? Because I know there was some talk of some of the. I think the running back, one of the running backs from, I think it was from
South Carolina. It was South Carolina running back. He old as hell too.
Well, it was one of the guys that wasn't. He came out as a. I think he came out pretty decent in the draft, but he wasn't getting playing time, and it was talk about him going back to college because he wasn't getting what he thought. They were entertaining giving him his eligibility back too, going back to college.
I ain't see that. I thought once you get drafted and you are becoming a professional athlete in football, I don't know how it is in basketball. I thought you couldn't go back. So
yeah, that's how I'm supposed to be in basketball too. But it seems like nowadays they change the rules as they go.
Yeah. Yep. Because it was talk about it right during preseason because he wasn't happy about it. I have to look it back up because I think.
Was that are you talking about the gentleman that didn't sign until late? because it was a gentleman that
yeah. He hadn't signed. You correct. He had not
right.
signed.
He hadn't signed,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
hadn't signed it. He hadn't signed his paperwork, whatever.
100%.
Right. He was
100%.
talking about the because they were
Yeah.
talking about the deal and the guaranteed money. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the second round draft picks didn't sign for a very long time. You know what I mean? And then he was one of the ones that didn't sign until at the very, very last, the last minute. So that's why he
Judkins.
Yeah, he was talking
Judkins,
about
yeah, from
he was
Ohio.
talking about going back, but
Yeah.
besides that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole thing is, why would you go? You just got drafted in the second round. Why would you go back to college?
You get hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that they did that. So that's something to look at moving forward. Because that, to me, that's wild. You already got these guys that are mature, body wise, age wise, and now you got all that NBA experience, and you taking it back to the college ranks. That's the blueprint, bro. What are we doing?
What college did he go to? NBA. I mean, did anybody know what college he's going to now?
I don't know. I just saw it. It flashed up right before we came on. I was talking to Cole. His name is Theory. Last name is Theory. He played 3 years in the G League. But I don't know where he's going. But they did approve his eligibility to go back. So you got 2 years of eligibility left.
Man, I feel bad for these high school players, bro. They about to be out.
Man, it's tough.
Specifically, public school. They might as well just abandon all of their athletic programs, especially for like men's basketball, football, stuff like that. Because
it was a kid in my office today. He was supposed to commit to Wisconsin. He told him he ready to commit. They've been recruiting him.
I thought he already signed. He didn't
sign.
sign.
You can't sign yet. It ain't signing. You can't sign.
You signing period yet.
He told him the little guard, the left hand guard that I be sharing on our group chat. Coach, you met with him. He was ready to sign. I mean, commit. Called the coaches like, Coach, I'm ready to commit. Stop my recruiting. They told him, yeah, we gonna hold off on that because we got a couple people that's in the that might be in the transfer portal that we thinking of. He was like, damn. So it just goes to show you, man.
That's the business now, man.
It's crazy out here. I told him just keep his head up, man. I said at this point, you better off going to a mid-major, put up big buckets, and then going to transfer portal.
Exactly what I told him, youngins, when you gave me an opportunity to speak to him. I said, look, man, I like these days, you don't have to go straight to the Power 5, to the blue blood. You can go to a mid-major, a lower Division I, put up big numbers, in your sophomore, junior year, you right to where you wanted to be in the first place.
Right. Get all the experience you want. Get all the game time experience.
And you playing it because they're gonna be quick to take you before they take a freshman or sophomore 2 years from now anyway. Like you said, Coach. Pretty soon they're gonna get rid of you're gonna get recruited out of AAU anyway.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
it might not. You might as well just play high school sports just to play.
Yeah,
but on the flip side though, they're not patient with coaches anymore. So the game kind of forced this because they want the coaches that had these ready-made products. You don't get the Thompsons and the coaches like that anymore, where they give them leeway and latitude to have a bad recruiting class. They want these coaches to perform right away. So the transfer portal is, I won't say it's the safest bet, but it's a safer bet. You already got the tape for what they did at the collegiate level. So you know, I mean,
you ain't got to worry about them worrying about classes and knowing how.
Right.
Well, not that they going to class anyway, but just learning the whole college game and learning how to adjust and all that. So it's tough for them out there. It's tough.
And for most kids coming out of high school into the college environment, when you got to compete for a position against somebody who already been in college for 2 years, it's a different ball game, man. They older, they bigger, they stronger. You know what I mean? They understand the game a little more because they've been around. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. Of course, you got that handful of special talents coming out of high school where they can make the adjustment right away, and they all right because they one and dones. But for the vast majority, that's a big transition for them to have to adjust to the speed and to the strength and size of those college athletes that's been there for a couple years already. But they should be focusing on JUCO now, since you can go to JUCO 2 years and you don't lose any
Eligibility.
college eligibility. You can go 2 years of JUCO and still get your 4 years in the Division I. That might be the path for those, those guys in particular that's getting looked over by the Division I schools.
I mean, I look at it as the mid-major. You want to use the mid-major like a JUCO, right? Go there and play 1 or 2 years, but you plan on take your team to the tournament, have a good tournament, run, ball out, shoot, you be straight. Which then my last quick question: what y'all think about the Virginia Tech football coach being fired in Oklahoma State? What you think about what you call him being fired from Oklahoma State?
I think Gundy was just a matter of time. I think that was more of a I think it was more of a mutual agreement because Gundy been there forever. Mike Gundy's been there at Oklahoma State forever.
Right. Shout out to Ethan.
Yeah. And the Virginia Tech situation, I'm surprised that the damn coach made it to the beginning of this season. He should have been fired last year.
That's a fact.
But why they wait to what two games into the middle of the season? What was the expectation for him to do different?
Maybe they was just trying to give him a chance to,
Yeah. So now they scrambling. We got big fella down there. I just talked to him day before yesterday. They scrambling now because of course they don't know who the coach gonna be. So they playing with an interim tag. And so everybody just kind of got, tails tucked and everybody's trying to, do a fire sale. But, the talk was D'Angelo Hall or Mike Vick. I think Mike got to get in. Don't Mike got to go 2 years before he really gets some consideration from there to go back to Tech? And then what's D Hall's coaching experience? Because I know they want somebody from Tech back there. They got to bring old buddy ain't going. He ain't leaving South Carolina. So that Beamer ain't going back. So they got to get some Virginia Tech blood in there. The name that's swirling around is D'Angelo. I don't know much about it, but that's the name that's swirling around. Of course, they got Vic, but Vic still entrenched down in there. He's just getting started at Norfolk State.
Yeah, just like those players. They just get their feet wet and they gone. They gone before you even know who their name is.
If Vic his football acumen will grow as a coach as long as he can manage the game, which he can because he played it at a high level. He just need a good staff. His name gonna attract, DMV talent to come just off his name alone.
Of course.
So I hope best of luck to Mike Vick. I hope he take the job. Because at the end of the day, you never ready for what you don't know. Go take the job.
Like Virginia Tech be lose. They not even keeping their hometown kids home. Like, you know what I mean? That's one thing about Virginia Tech. They used to at least keep at least the majority of the hometown kids home.
Penn State coming in and take all them cats.
North Carolina too.
Man, they losing kids. They losing kids to James Madison and
Coastal Carolina, ODU.
Old Dominion.
That's a fact. They just lost to Old Dominion by 20 points.
Yeah, that's why he got fired.
Yeah, they losing.
They was getting the paperwork together at that game.
During halftime, they already had it said he is getting fired immediately.
Well, at least getting fired off a win. They had a tough game against Wofford. You know what I'm saying? They got that W, but
hey,
now about to go into ACC play. It's gonna be tough.
Hey, with that being said, wish them nothing but the best, man. It's been a great show.
Yes, sir. Hey, Low Money, take us out of here, big dog.
Hey, to all our viewers and listeners, first of all, we need y'all to like and subscribe.
Subscribe, man. It costs you nothing. Subscribe.
For sure. Hit us up, man. But y'all know what the play is. We'll be here again next week. Same time, same channel. Peace and love to all. Until next time, peace.
Salute.
No Cap Sports Show. We're sports.